So, this is going to be a Let's Play. That's a good way to start a video, isn't it? Yeah. Some of you may recognize what this is going to be, like the, 4 people that are ever going to watch this. I don't know. This is... screw it, I'm just going to spoil it. It's Darksiders, okay? If you couldn't tell by the title. War Mastered Edition. They really do like those, like, let's put the name of the horseman into the title of the special edition. It was really bad with Darksiders 2, like Definitive Edition. Really, guys? Really? That's what we're going with? But anyway, Darksiders is a game that, I mean, it was received pretty well, but I know a lot of people that kind of don't have a great opinion of it. It gets chalked up as sort of a... I think the way I heard it described was half-rate clone of Legend of Zelda and God of War. And I don't really think that's fair. So, this is going to be a little bit of an apologist sort of thing. There's not really much of a difference between normal and apocalyptic, honestly. But the number one reason I want to do this is to just kind of re-experience it, see if it actually is a good game, because I remember really liking it. But I'm going to be really rusty. It's sort of the same thing as my Castlevania Circle of the Moon LP that, I never finished, and I should probably mention that at some point.
Since the dawn of time, the armies of heaven and hell have waged an endless war. Drawn to the conflict was the Charred Council, an entity bound by ancient laws to preserve order and balance. It held that any great power...
I guess you could say they were the heads
the very fabric
of everything.
Universe. In time...
I need to stop watching Diabetes' videos.
And its laws. For none were beyond the swift and terrible justice of the Council's enforcers. A fearsome brotherhood known as the Four Horsemen. Amid the turmoil, the first humans emerged. The Council foretold that these weak but cunning creatures would someday be integral to the balance.
You heard it here first, folks. Darksiders is a creationist's game.
The kingdom...
I cannot talk today. This is a great way to start out an LP, isn't it?
A truce was forged between heaven and hell. The Great Pact was bound by 7 seals to be broken at the appointed time, when man's kingdom stood ready for the end war. A battle that would bring balance and determine the ultimate fate of the 3 kingdoms.
Are we in media res yet now? I can't tell. Okay, so this opening cutscene is really weird. I feel like it's... I mean, a lot of games do have that thing where they have better graphical quality, I guess. But the art style of the game doesn't really match this. You'll see what I mean in a bit. It's not a big deal. It seems a little awkward. And some bullshit is happening everywhere. So, I mean, there's not going to be too much dialogue here. It's mainly just people screaming and stuff. Yeah, like I said, this is one of the more divisive I cannot speak today, games in my library, and I just kind of want to see if all of the bad things that people say about it is true. Like, I do remember there being a lot of parts of this game that I genuinely found annoying, but I remember, like, really, really getting into it. Like binge playing it for a very long time, so I wonder if it's sort of like a Force Unleashed sort of thing, where first time I played it, I really liked it, and then I went back and I thought it was nigh unplayable. Another thing I want to do is just kind of hopefully show off a new way for people to play it, because the game's combat isn't like Devil May Cry or anything, but it does take a couple pages from its book. There is a little bit of depth to the combat. It's sort of like if you ever played like Ocarina of Time or something and just flushed out boss fights, or like the fight against Iron Knuckles like I always did, but you just wanted the fighting to be a little more intense. This is kind of what that game is. Or what this game is, I should say. Alright, so right now we've just got kind of some basic attacks. Right there I screwed it up, but there's a little grapple prompt, and if we can stop getting hit and playing like an idiot, whenever you see that, that's pretty much an instant kill. Not all enemies can get that, but most enemies will usually get it when you take off enough of their health. I believe you get more currency for it, but right now in the tutorial we can't get anything anyway. So right now we're attacking with our sword, the name of which will be said very soon. Oh man, we also have a nice little dash. We'll also be getting, stop playing like an idiot, me. We're also going to be getting, wow, I am really bad at this game now. It's also really weird seeing this in a good frame rate. Last time I played this was on console. Wow, that was some Shoryuken. Yeah, last time I played this was on console. So, PC experience is going to be kind of... Well, I'm being a little disingenuous. I did, like, do a test file just to, you know... I don't know how I was going to finish that sentence. I am... Yes, I am. Okay, so another thing we have is this dash. And it actually does do damage to enemies. But there's something about the dash. And I want to see if it's still the case here. On consoles, sometimes you just wouldn't dash where you were supposed to. I don't know if that was because of the 360, or if it was just a thing that happened with the game. It doesn't really seem to be happening here. The frame rate could also be a factor there. I'm also curious to see exactly how the better frame rate is going to affect the ability to combo stuff. I do know that there's one thing I found. I didn't get very far in my test file, but I did find that one of the charge attacks makes a lot of stuff really difficult to do. I won't be getting to that a little bit. Once we get to what I like to refer to as the triumvirate of skills. There's basically 3 things you can use that really open up the combat of the game. And right now, we don't have any of them, but we'll be getting one of them very soon. In the console version, we'd be able to... Oh.
What is happening?
Oh man, this must be an MMO. War is getting nerfed. You can see his health bars got cut in half. Much like a Metroid game, you know, instead of expanding the bar, they just put a little E-tank type thing up top. Or skull tank, whatever, same thing. I apologize in advance if my commentary is, what's the word, horrifically unfunny, but, hopefully we'll get there. So right now the combat is pretty basic. We can't really do much. Just kinda use your, whenever I'm talking about the sword, whose name I guess I won't spoil, I'm gonna refer to its attacks as X-string, and then we can get two other kinds of weapons, which I'll be referring to those as Y-string attacks, just for the sake of simplicity. So, our X-string is pretty basic. We can time it a little bit differently too to do different stuff. But just because there isn't too much to do... Wow. Got wrecked. So you may have noticed that our dash actually kind of can cancel a lot of animations. Okay, what the hell is that supposed to be? Like, I know they say it's like demonic foliage or something, but... I'm sorry, what is this? It reminds me of Prototype, actually, except I think that game came after. Rep off! Prototype is nothing like this, I don't know what I'm talking about. And in true God of War fashion, you can defy the laws of gravity and just dash up them, which... Game developers, why not just... Oh yeah, I forgot that happened. Well, ain't that some shit? Yeah, in true God of War fashion, you can just kind of do that. You can also do it here, which I don't know why they just don't do that by default. Like, does anyone actually do it slowly? I doubt it. Well, no, I don't doubt it. I've never actually seen or met anyone, for that matter. It's like, no, I'm just gonna take the slow way. It's more fun. Those guys will catch up to us, but... not before these guys show up. They are different guys. The other ones will be coming from behind pretty soon. What happened there? Wow, are these guys really just one-shots? Whoops. That was pretty brutal. Yeah, that's right. I just nudged him to death. That's actually going to be happening a lot, and I think it's this section? Good superhero landing, bud. Just a little bit of flavor there. I wonder if we're gonna be fighting that at some point. Foreshadowing. You don't really have to worry about, like, getting anything. They're not gonna let you. This is really just, like, to set up for the story of the game, really. It's not. You can't really get anything here. You don't get anything for killing. You can honestly just bum rush it, with the exception of that Devil May Cry-ish thing where I had to kill everything so the gate would open. And I should... Guys, yield, okay? That's my comeback. That's my spiffy one-liner. Just, guys, yield, okay? You don't have to fight me. You know what? I just am not a fan of you guys. This is harassment. And stop shooting at me, dude. Yeah. Okay. What was I saying? That's a sentence I'm going to be repeating a lot in this LP, I think. And I do plan on finishing that one, unlike Castlevania's Circle of the Moon, which I didn't finish that because my computer died. And I lost my file, and I didn't have a computer for the longest time. So I'm gonna go back to it. Don't know when, but I'm probably just gonna like start from scratch because I don't want to have to redo all that, and the quality of the video is not very good. It's kind of a first foray into Let's Play. I hope this goes better. Okay, this guy, what is going on here? I don't know what it is about him, if it's the eye patch, the very ornate eye patch, or the armor, or I don't know what it is, but he just looks so ridiculous to me. Also, this is happening.
Impossible. Abaddon. What is this? Where are my brothers? This cannot be. The final seal.
My lord!
How did this happen?
I like how he just completely flosses over that, like, okay, well that happened. And she's just like, little help, dude.
The seventh seal was not broken!
Abaddon! What in heaven's name have you done?
I answer the call.
So for those wondering, that is Liam O'Brien. You might know him as Jonathan Morris. Speaking of Castlevania, actually. Jonathan Morris from Portrait of Ruin. He's also been like the Dungeon Master in Critical Role for anyone that watches that. Okay. How much you want to bet I'm gonna look like an idiot here? Well, wow! First try? Really? So really, that's just the gimmick here. Just throw cars. It's a good lesson in life, really. Just throw cars at things, problems all go away. Okay, I will for the life of me never understand the point of this. Why does he have to lift it up? Also, why didn't I dodge? That is a really easy attack to dodge. Really, your dash comes in super handy here. Although, honestly, you could probably just walk out of the way. The tracking on it's not... Good job! That was... How appropriate. Oh, that's right, he can blow them up. And yet, somehow he took damage from it. So, you know, typical Zelda fashion. 3 hits is the magic rule. A lot of gimmick fights, as you might imagine. Oh, wait. I'm gonna test it, actually. Nah, you can't quite just walk out of the way. Really? What a dick! Oh well, at least I got that first one. I love the idea that you just throw cars at him. And now he's blind. Partially. Bitch slap.
The law has been broken. And so have you, horseman.
You were already crushing him. Why did you, like, Throw him again. Did you really just release him to make that spiffy comment and then do it again?
When the seventh seal is broken, 4 horsemen shall ride forth to punish the wicked. Be they sons of men, lords of heaven, or the dregs of hell. All upon the earth will be judged, and the pact forged anew. You forget your post, horsemen. You forget the law. No call was given, yet the destroyer marched, and there you were found, under his black banner, if the claims are true.
To hell with your claims. The seals were broken. I was summoned.
Then where are the other horsemen? Were they not summoned as well? The 7 seals are hidden, as they have been since the pact was forged eons ago. All of them intact. There was no call. You aided the Dark Ones, broke a sacred covenant that has doomed mankind, and threatened the balance. Do you deny it?
When I rode, heaven and hell were already at war. Abaddon was there. He knew something.
Abaddon fell, fighting off the chaos you unleashed.
I fought powerless against the demons, and still you accuse me?
Your defeat proves nothing. Likely the Destroyer cast you aside when he was finished with you. You have defiled the law, horseman. You will be punished.
I serve only the Council. Only the balance. As the horsemen always have. Send me back. I will punish the ones responsible.
How? What hope do you have against the Destroyer's armies? You are powerless.
Then I will fail. And the demons will have carried out your sentence.
Very well. You will return to the Earth. But you will be watched. Come forth. The Watcher is bound to you. It will ensure your loyalty.
Remember that, or I will really get under your skin.
Oh hey, it's a Joker. Yes, that is Mark Hamill, actually. So I mean, they call him the Watcher. I'm just gonna call him Mark.
Rise, war, and arm yourself.
Okay. So, oh yeah, we can't do that yet. So, now let's go get...
Angry blade thirsts for destruction.
That is an awesome name for a sword. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, that's right. Powers.
Souls of the dead will be your currency. Some enemies are more easily bought than killed.
That's an interesting notion. That would be a really cool concept for a game like this. Just being able to bribe your way to the next, like, temple or dungeon or something. That would be awesome.
Seek the demon Volgrim. Few can afford his services, but perhaps you can strike a bargain.
The Council confers with demons now, does it?
Since the truce was broken, some demons have fallen from the Destroyer's favor. Volgrim is one such outcast. He has long sought an audience with us.
How long have I been here?